So today's video is going to be a really fun one. It's going to be, or it is, a Finding Dory inspired makeup tutorial. So this one was a little bit challenging and different for me because I don't wear these bright shades on my eyes. I have yellow, mint, and then like a dark sapphire blue on my eyes, and I don't normally wear those types of colors on my eyes, but for the video and for the Finding Dory, I just thought it was perfect. Like, I had all the shades and I wanted to try kind of like a cut crease type. It didn't end up being like super cut crease, which is fine. It was my first time doing it, so I still have a lot to learn, but I think it turned out being super pretty. Like, all the colors just go well with each other, and it really truly reminds me of Finding Dory. I actually saw that a couple days ago and it was such a cute movie. So if y'all have not seen that movie, you really need to, and maybe it will inspire you to do a Finding Dory makeup look on yourself. So if y'all want to see how to become Dory in the most humanly way possible, then just keep watching. Alright, so I already went ahead and primed my eyes, so I'm already ready to start the tutorial. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the crease color. So to do that, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's just like a brown, I don't know, just like a light brown shade. And then just with a fluffy brush, I'm just going to be putting that in my crease just to kind of give it some definition like usual. Alright, so the next step is going to be taking this more slimmer blending brush to kind of get right into the crease. And I'm going to be taking this middle shade right here. It's like a brownish reddish. And I just want to use that in my crease to kind of like deepen it up, because I want like a brownish reddish crease. I think it'd be really pretty with the rest of the blues. Alright, so the look I'm going for is kind of like a cut crease type, just because I feel like a cut crease would kind of represent maybe her fin or something. I don't know, I'm kind of like envisioning some type of like very fin-like eye. We'll see if it actually ends up being that. But to do this, I'm going to need this NYX eyeshadow base. This is just a white one. And I'm going to be using like a flat shader brush, like a flat shader brush. It is a flat shader brush. And I'm just going to be dipping this in to the product. Kind of getting, I don't know, it's kind of a lot. I don't really know how much to put on there, but I dipped it in there, and I'm just going to be carving out where I want the crease to end and my eyeshadow to, well, I guess my crease to stop and my eyeshadow lid colors to end. So it's going to be kind of hard for me to like talk, but just watch and you'll kind of see what I'm doing in the technique. So I made, I don't know if y'all can tell all that well, but I did make like a line, which I might want to bring it up just a little bit because my natural crease is a little bit higher. And then I just kind of like winged it out because I do want it to be still crisp, but still have that like fin type to it. Alright, so now that I have both eyes looking very weird. It always, in makeup, I feel like it always looks worse before it looks better. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try to hurry up so this won't look so bad. Alright, so with this BH Day and Night palette, I'm going to be going in with a yellow and a gold. I'm going to kind of mix those together because Dory is mostly blue, but she does have some yellow like in her fin and stuff. So let's see. Yeah, this, I'm going to be using this yellow and then this gold right beside it. And then I'm going to be mixing that together and putting it on the inner corner and kind of blending it into the middle, but not taking it too far. Alright, so now that the goldish yellow is on, I'm going to go in with my next color, which is this beautiful mint color. And it's actually from Bare Minerals. It's just in this like little tiny jar. I've had this for years. I mean years. Like, this is probably one of the first things I got in my makeup collection. So this is just in the color Mint, and I wanted to use this one because I know Dory's not like a mint color, but it was just too pretty not to put in the tutorial. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's like super green and super pretty. So how I'm going to use this is I'm just going to like tap off some into the lid. And then I'm going to be taking a shader brush to make this actually look a lot better. I'm going to be using a setting spray. This is just the Makeup Forever. No, this is the Wet n Wild setting spray. And y'all seen me do this before, but you just want to spray a couple spritz. I'm going to spray both sides just in case. And you can use eye drops, you can use water, whatever you have. You don't have to have like expensive like the MAC Fix Plus or anything to use this. So just spray it with anything, make sure it's wet, and then you just want to dab it into the pan, and then it gets a lot of more product on your brush, and it makes the color a lot more intense, which I love. So we're going to be putting this in the middle of the eye, kind of blending it with the goldish yellow. Okay, so now that we have these two colors together, I'm going to be taking just a blending brush with no product on it, and then just kind of blending the two edges together just to kind of make it look more seamlessly like they're floating into each other. Floating? Or like blending into each other, I should say, rather than just the gold stopping and then the blue starting. So I forgot to say this in the beginning, but the white eyeshadow base that we put down that looked real crazy, that was just like a guideline for me to know when or where to stop my eyeshadow. So there's not going to be like this crazy cut crease in my eye. I'm just not that good at it yet. So I'm still learning. This is actually my first time doing like a cut crease type of deal. So it's not going to be super clean or crisp, which is fine. But I just wanted y'all to know, if you're, in case you were wondering or you don't really know what's going on, that was pretty much for me like a guideline to tell me where to stop my eyeshadow, because I do not want these colors to go too far into the crease. I still want that reddish brown to show through, which I probably will go back and add a little bit more. So on to the very last part of the three colored eye. I'm going to be using this Ulta eyeshadow in the color Sapphire. It's a really, really, really pretty navy blue, and it's just even more pretty on the eye. So same technique, I'm going to spray my brush and then put this on my eye, on the very corner of my eye, kind of going in a wing style. And I am going to clean this up, so don't you worry. I know it looks really weird. This whole makeup look probably looks super weird until like the final product, but sometimes it just goes like that, you know? Alright, so now that I have the blue on and it looks real crazy, we're going to blend it out with the same blending brush that had nothing on it, and then just blend the mint and the blue together. And just be patient, because the blending part of this tutorial is honestly going to take the longest, because you want each color to fade into each other very seamlessly, like there's no lines, like it was all one eyeshadow, you know. So just be very patient, and especially, I cannot stress enough, just use a light hand because if you are very heavy-handed, which you can see I have been, just be careful, because that's when eyeshadow can get a little tricky if you're very heavy-handed. And just especially with the blending, just go slow, do small even strokes, and you'll be blended out in no time. Okay, so now that I've got everything blended, we're going to go in and clean up the wing-ish part of this eye, because like I said, it looks a little too crazy. Okay, now we're all cleaned up and ready to move on. So I'm going to go back in with this Morphe 350 and back in with this darkest brown, this darkest brown right here that we used for the dark like orangey brown in the crease. And I'm going to be putting a little bit more of that, and also kind of trying to blend out this harsh wing at the top. And I'm not going all the way in with this color because I think the inner corner is fine, and I want it to be a lot lighter than the rest of the eye. And again, with the light strokes and gentle gentle brushes. So now back in with this fluffy blending brush, and then the first brown shade that I used right here to kind of blend out the darker brown that we just laid down. Okay, so now for the highlight of the eye, I'm going to be mixing both of these shades right here, just the white one and the more yellow one, and then just put them on my brow bone and kind of blend them down a little bit into the crease shades. And now back in with this regular blending brush just to blend all of those colors together to make sure it, again, all flows evenly and pretty. Alright, so the top of the eyeshadow is done. Now I'm going to be moving on to the bottom. So basically, like every eyeshadow tutorial, you always want to do the same to the bottom that you did to the top. So I'm going to be taking this flat, I don't know, it's like a flat shader brush kind of. I'm going to be using the tip of this to kind of like dot where I want the color on the bottom of the lash line, just so I have more control. So going back in with this Ulta Sapphire shade, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow brush and then just putting that on the very inner corner or outer corner of my eye to kind of match up with that wing. And I'm just going to be going in about halfway. So I'm going to do the gold and yellow shade that I did on the inner corner, also on the inner corner of the bottom, and I'm going to be using this same shadow brush. It's probably not the most ideal brush to use with this, but I really don't have anything else on hand, and I'm just dotting it right under where the top one is, so kind of making it as symmetrical as I can. All right, so once that's on, the very last step is going to be blending this out, and I said that really weird, I apologize. I'm going to be using the same dark brownish reddish eyeshadow, just with another kind of like fluffy blending brush, and just blending out everything I just did, but kind of making sure, I'm having a crisis, kind of making sure not to blend out too much of the yellow. Now that we're all blended out, the last step for the eyeshadow, it's not really eyeshadow, but the last step is going to be using eyeliner. And I don't want to put like a winged eyeliner or anything because I feel like it will kind of cover up all the hard work I just did. So I'm just going to be tightlining and waterlining with this NYX black eyeliner. So now I'm just going to curl my lashes and then put on some mascara. This is the Maybelline Rocket Volume. I don't know why I will show you over here. Alright, so I just did my mascara. Quick side note, is anybody else as messy as I am with mascara? Because I cannot do my eyes without getting like black specks like all over my eyeshadow. So if y'all have a trick of how to not do that, then let a girl know. So now I'm going to be moving on to lips. I do have some lipstick already on. It's like a Maybelline, I don't know, it's like a Maybelline matte color. I can't remember the color, but I put it on this morning, so I'm just going to be going over that with this Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Midi. If you haven't seen my Colourpop video, you should, because I featured a lot of new products that I got, and if you're interested in, if you like this color, then you'd probably like that whole video because it's mostly nude shades that I got. Alright, so now that we have the lips on, the very last step to this look is highlighting. So the highlighter I'm going to use today is this Colourpop highlighter in the shade Whisp. Also featured this in my video. It's a really, really pretty champagne shade. So I'm going to be putting this on my cheekbones, on the high parts, like right above my brow, down my nose, on my cupid's bow, everywhere that a highlighter should go. And I wanted to highlight a lot for this video because I feel like, you know, the ocean has lots of different shimmers, and when the light shimmer or the sun shimmers on the ocean, it's very pretty. So that's what I had in mind when I wanted to highlight, but I wanted to highlight anyway. That was just an excuse to put more highlight on. if we're being honest. While we're at it, I'm going to put some on my chin. Don't know why. I just felt like it would be fitting for this video. And I'm blending it out because sometimes, you know, highlights can be a little harsh, so I don't want to blind anybody who's not used to looking at it. Alright, and this is the finished makeup look. It was a little challenging just because you have to like blend the colors very seamlessly and you have to have an extremely light hand, which I clearly don't. So it was a little challenging, but I like to be challenged. So I think it turned out really well. It's a lot different than the colors and shades and looks that I normally do, but this is for Finding Dory, so I feel like it's perfect. It has the yellow. She's yellow and blue, so I have both of those shades. And I don't know if y'all caught on, but I have these shell earrings. I actually got these in, I think it was Turks and Caicos when I went on my last cruise. So I just thought it would be pretty cool to throw in some shell earrings to kind of like tie in with this ocean dory typed video. So yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it as well, because I am trying to put out more different kind of videos for y'all, because the same kind of makeup tutorials can get a little boring. So make sure to subscribe, and I hope y'all are having a good day whenever you're watching this, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all.